Welcome back to Check Please, the D&D podcast. Last time, our heroes saved the Fae of the Mountains and returned the Iron Trade to normal in the town of Wittingen. They then returned to Hartenshin to get the reward from Siva. Let's jump back in and see what new adventure awaits them.
There's nothing wrong with necromancy.
Yeah, isn't necromancy just really late surgery?
Yeah, it's really late healing.
Exactly.
It's often misunderstood. All right.
Necromancy, or as I like to call it, post-mortem medical attention.
Mm-hmm. It's also much, much cheaper.
Is necromancy covered by insurance, or do you have to pay out of pocket?
I mean, let's put it this way, guys. Like, a raised dead spell, even a shitty one, costs like 2,000 gold. Okay? Now, for probably a tenth as much money, you could raise whoever died as a skeletal champion, and they would retain all of their memories and class levels, and it would be like a tenth as much. And they'd get all these new cool skeleton abilities, like immunity to cold damage, and a DR versus everything but blunt weapons. I mean, come on.
We need to find an NPC who can do this for us.
Come on. Give it time.
We'll all get ourselves killed. So
I've already written
a skeleton campaign.
I've already written the campaign for the most part, so just wait. Be patient.
I already know at some point someone's going to need some resurrecting done on them.
Yeah, nobody's died yet, right? Pretty crazy.
Beardy's going to fix that.
I mean, I'm just surprised nobody's died. I mean, shit. A couple times.
I've come close a few times.
Don't worry, there's time yet. We won't disappoint you.
Oh, joy. Alright, well, you guys are in the city of Hartenshin. You have just turned in your previous mission to Siva. You got fat payment, and then you have spent the day shopping and catching up on various things in the city, and now you all have, slightly less money in your pockets, but all in all, you've made yourselves a bit stronger. Was there any other business you guys had in town as far as buying things, selling things? Any character maintenance level items that you've done?
Does anyone else, because I know I do, does anyone else have any healing items?
Oh yeah, I was wondering.
We need
about
those?
Well, that's if any of your characters want those things, obviously.
I guess I should. How much are,
I think it's 50 gold for a healing potion, if I'm correct.
Yeah, a potion of Cure Light Wounds, which would heal you for 1d8 plus 1, would be 50 gold.
Damn.
Give me 4 of those. Yeah. And then the last was in a outfit hat shop with Lovette, if I remember correctly.
Buying a top hat that was on a strap.
Ooh. So a headband, really.
Yeah, a headband with a little top hat on it.
Yeah.
I have one. I actually have one like that.
Exactly, so you know what that is. I'm not trying to start a new theme here, I just didn't know which kind I wanted, so I was like, well, I can afford both.
And then you got an outfit. I bought you an outfit.
Yes.
Just spacing out through money at cashier. So cash money right now.
Oh, and I'm going to add 2 I stock too. I'll take off 100 gold.
Okay. Purchasing, more potions?
We don't want to die because we want to be friends for life. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah. I'm not sure who that's directed at.
And maybe afterlife, if we can find a necromancer.
Well, I mean, if we die soon, then we will be friends for life.
Oh.
Sorry, just so make sure I heard that right. That was Lovette bought 2 potions of Cure Light Wounds?
That was not, but I actually was going to get 4. That was,
4.
I think, Vera.
Sorry.
Forgot to.
So now I have a total of 4.
Wonderful. Alright.
I wanted to get some supplies to, some tool or armor cleaning supplies that I could clean Archie with.
Maintenance kit. Okay.
Yes, because I bet he would probably like that.
I want to play dad.
What's that mean?
Okay, I don't want to know what it means.
I don't understand what that means.
D&D.
Oh.
D.
Okay.
And D.
Okay.
Play dad.
So I added a maintenance kit to Lovette's inventory. It costs 2 gold. I'm just going to knock that off your character sheet.
Awesome. Thank you.
So if you drill into it, you can see that it contains polish, a small file, leather paring knife, conditioning oil for leather, 2 soft cloths, extra leather straps, sewing needle, and buttons.
Oh, excellent.
Alright, anyone else have anything going on?
Before
No.
he takes everything away.
Yeah, before I throw you guys into the next section of the game.
I assume Vera is returning from their incredible failure of a missionary trip.
And honestly, like, I want to believe not blaming themselves at all and being like, these people are idiots.
I would say the opposite and say that Vera's probably pretty devastated.
Aw. It's only because she didn't turn into a bee for them.
Next time, maybe.
If she'd shifted
How
into
else
the
will
bee
you tell
form-
them you're bee Jesus?
That's right. And also, you realize you have a golden ticket here. You can make bee puns. You're the only one who can. So...
That's what I did wrong.
Yeah, you should have made bee puns.
Gotta do a comedy show first.
It's true. I like to imagine that she just didn't think not to drop the cult word. She's given a perfectly good pitch, and she's like, yeah, so if you want to join this cult, just let... And they're like, well, what?
Wait, what? You're in a cult.
So Soul is with Lovette right now. Music box thing, there was a cute hug and everything like that. Soul's just kind of be like, I'm gonna just go now. And just GTFOs out of there.
Aww.
My internet cut out, and you it shoved all of your words into one word.
Oh, nice.
I was just saying,
What word was
after our shopping, Soul just kind of left to go wander again.
Okay.
Soul, make a perception check.
Just so you know,
You
the
got
word
it.
was "in and out, sucker." That's what I got.
Soul's actually heading towards the library
Okay.
in a daze about it. My perception was a 17.
A 17. You get the feeling that you're being followed.
Walk a little bit faster to the library.
Okay.
Kind of look casual about it, but like, oh, I'm going for a short jog.
Okay, you head
Oh,
over
God.
to the library there that's between the city park and the rich estates. Was there anything you wanted to do there in particular?
I was gonna try and see if I could find any information about my village again in the library.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. Knowledge history, please.
Okay, and that was a 28.
Excellent. Yeah, you find a nice book about
do.
the elvish lands. They go into a fair amount of detail on each area of the forest down there. Now,
Okay.
the book was written by a human, but
Oh, God.
it was written by. There was a bit of a history lesson here since you decided to roll a history check. There was a fairly significant war that happened a while ago, about 800 or so years ago, that was between a group of humans from a group called the Protean Empire to the west. They had an army that they were marching eastward and conquering various countries and taking over things. Then when they reached the Elven lands, the elves marshaled their forces, and there was a fairly large battle, and it was very devastating on both sides. And they ended up, after the fight, both sides came to a treaty. They came to terms because they didn't want to grind both of their civilizations to dust on each other. And they decided that like all elven military forces would remain inside the forest for all time, and no one else was ever allowed to enter it. No other military was allowed to enter that forest. Part of that treaty also allowed diplomats to enter to ensure that everybody was on the level. And this book was written by one of those diplomats after he returned. So it was sort of like his tour of the forest, because he was with a bunch of elven officials as he was kind of like touring their lands. And he wrote like a nice
100 years
travel
ago?
log. It was about 800 years ago, yeah.
Okay, that's a bit long.
So it would be in elf terms, it would have been your grandparents.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, elves live a long time, so
Yeah,
Yeah.
they do. I was just like, if it was a little bit less 100 years, maybe I could
Yeah.
see if it was my dad. But
No, your dad would have not been born yet.
no.
I imagine
I was
your
wondering
parents are
something.
probably about 400 years old. That's around
I
normal.
like to imagine Soul's like around their like 80s right now
Mhm.
because they're still like young adult.
Yeah, you're in your rebellious phase.
Oh.
You're probably 80.
I think 84. Yeah, probably 84.
I mean, my grandpa just turned 90, and he's still in his rebellious phase.
That's very true. So yeah, your parents are probably about 400. Your grandparents, if any of them are still alive, I'm not going to say whether they are or not. It's up to you.
I have no idea.
They're going to be they're going to be older than that. So they might be 900 or 1,000. They might be pushing like old elf age. Because the typical lifespan's between 900 and 1,000. There are people still alive who remember it, who they would have been about your age when it happened. Yeah. So, I mean, it's just about outside of living memory. It's just at the edge of living memory for the elves, but it's ancient history for everyone else.
Alright. Well, that's actually really interesting information, though.
You got it!
Okay,
Double finger guns.
That's all Sol really wanted to know, but they were more curious of whether or not there were more records about their village specifically, but I'm guessing there probably wasn't a lot.
No, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's a fairly detailed record at the time, but it's dated about 800 years old, so...
That's not going to be super helpful.
No, not really.
But, like, still helpful, but not what exactly they were looking for.
Okay.
Okay, so pretty satisfied with what they found, so they slap the book shut, and can I have another perception roll that I can do?
Yeah, of course. You
20.
don't notice anyone following you. You feel
Okay.
you feel like maybe they gave up, or maybe you were just imagining things.
Alright, is it evening yet? Because I know Siva wanted to
Yeah, it can
talk
be.
to us in the evening.
Yeah, I was sort of waiting for everybody's maintenance to be done, and then we'll just sort of advance the clock.
Alright, Sol's gonna start heading towards the tavern then.
Excellent. Okay, so we're just going to roll time forward a little bit, and everyone finds themselves back at the Heartstring Tap Room right around sunset.
Lovette is no longer wearing her dress, but there's definitely going to be some point in her room this evening where she's just twirling. Because she can twirl in a dress for like a solid hour, just like, oh, this is nice. Should we have Archie carry Markus in again?
Is Archie even out?
No.
Oh.
I think people would probably freak out if you were.
What does Archie look like now?
He looks like how he started, but with wings.
Hey,
And
so
like-
he's not a centaur anymore, is he?
No, he's not a centaur anymore.
It was a little weird.
Yeah, that was a weird phase.
That was a weird phase, weird teenage phase.
Weird flex, but
Weird
okay.
flex, but okay.
Okay, so you guys return, and of course you see Siva at her regular stool, and she is
Stool.
happy to see all of you.
Gross.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's okay. It's good to know the maturity level of the players I'm dealing with.
0.
What? Is this new to you?
All right, you find her at her regular seat, and
Guys!
okay, so she is, of course, pleased to see that you've returned, and she takes you back into her office
Hooray!
to discuss matters of business.
Is it Chastilian sale?
Oh, we
No.
divvied up the money.
Siva's like, no, dear, I've gotten rid of it.
Okay, alright, thank you.
She just put it in a fire after the gold was gone. Is like, this is useless.
Fuck this box.
Just having a good time in the tavern.
There he is.
It's fine. All right. So Siva sits down and she says that as far as she can tell, the iron is going back into production as we speak. You guys have done an excellent job. So she's basically spent the day like using various means to verify you guys actually completed your previous mission, and she's quite happy that things are moving along at a good pace back in Wittingen. She says, however, that there is a new problem. Something has recently come up, and she thinks that it could be a major issue. She unfurls a map in front of you.
Okay.
And it's a map of Ville. She says that, so if you looked in at Ville there, I'm sure you all know roughly where that is now, there is a road heading west that goes all the way across this thing called the Red Plains and ends up in another country called Parthenay.
Ah, there it is. Wow, that is far.
So that is Parthenay right there. Okay, it's the nearest human kingdom. Between there and there, this whole region right here that I just circled in, I'm just going to put hash marks through it. This is the Red Plains. It's a very wide open steppe, and it is where a whole shitload of centaur tribes live. They're typically very aggressive toward outsiders. They don't like their territory being used.
Oh.
And there is a single road that goes through their territory that they barely tolerate. Okay? Like, they're not happy about it, but they would prefer the humans to at least stay to that. That way they're not trouncing around through their lands. Anyway, that's just some basic background on the region. The problem is, apparently, some of Siva's spies have heard of a force moving along through the Red Plains from the west to the east, moving in this general direction of some form of invading army. And she's, at this point, the details are fairly slim. The reports that she got said that they were orcs. Now, that's
Orcs?
mostly preposterous, because orcs don't live anywhere near here. There's not any orcs in this region. So for there to be orcs out this far east is kind of crazy, but that's what her spies told her. They said orcs. So
That's like a problem, yeah.
So if there was some sort of invasion force moving in to attack Vil, as far as Siva sits, status quo is good for business. Having suddenly a invasion force drop into your kingdom is not usually a good time to be running a thieves guild. So she's wondering if you guys can travel to the west, get to the western fringe of the country, to this area right here, the Vistgart Citadel, which is a castle basically built on the western edge of the country, and basically make contact with the military there and offer assistance. So she says that they'll probably pay you to help, and she will also pay you to help. So you'll get another double payday.
Okay.
Because after seeing the way you guys handled the issues in Wittingen, she thinks that you guys are, hot shit and can handle
Aww.
pretty much anything that she throws you at. So
Soul's gonna... Oh, I'm so
No,
sorry.
you're fine. You're good. Go ahead.
Look over at Lovette and kind of be like, so where is your compass pointing now?
That is a good question. I'm
Your
going to check that.
Yeah, you check it. It is pointing west.
Or pointing northwest?
Yeah, before when you were in Wittingen, it was pointing north and west. Now it is pointing west.
Okay.
The Deadlands?
Well, yeah, that's good.
What's the issue, love?
I am just not excited that it's pointing at the invading. So
We're gonna do it anyways. It's like killing a bunch of birds with, like, a stone.
Yeah, that's it.
I think you might overestimate this, Siva.
Fun! It'll be fun. We get to meet centaurs! I've never met horse people before.
I can't say that I have either.
Archie kinda was one for a bit.
Yes, actually, come to think of it, I probably have gone down that road to get here.
Okay.
I guess
They're
that's how I would
nice.
know how to make it. I don't really see a lot of centaurs. I kind of just felt like someone was watching me.
Oh. I feel that often.
I've noticed.
Anyways, Siva, what information could you give us to make us the most optimal as possible?
Well, let's see. You could head over the commander of the military, and over there, his name is Ernst Barwald. General Ernst Barwald. He is the commander of the Vistgart Citadel, so that's at least a name of someone you could find. But by the time you get there, it's most likely the military will already know that it's coming, and they'll be looking to hire mercenaries to supplement their forces. So you could always pose your group as a group of mercenaries. And,
Whoa. I thought we were doing an information mission. We are not mercenaries.
Well,
I mean, we've killed a lot of things.
I assume with your previous background, you seem like you're no strangers to combat.
Well, not as
Lovette, what's the issue?
So not prepared to fight an army. We have places to go. I don't.
We're not gonna fight an army. We're just gonna kill a couple of them. They're the bad guys.
I don't think that you quite understand how these sorts of things go.
Soul does not understand how these things go.
Siva says that in her experiences, usually to stop something like this, you normally only have to deal with a handful of commanders, and the army
Just
will
kill the big guy.
lose cohesion.
Sounds like.
So think of it more of an assassination contract.
Oh my god!
Well,
Soul
I mean,
just
it does
kinda like-
definitely makes it sound more like a criminal activity.
Well,
Soul rubs their chin at that. It's just like
Siva kind of like looks around and she's like, "Yes."
Wait, you're very altruistic for a thieves guild. Not that this is a bad thing.
I don't see it as being altruistic. I see it as wanting the status quo to stay the same. Having half the country
Soul looks a little deflated at the status quo comment.
seeing half the country occupied by orcs isn't exactly good for anyone.
Well, there are certainly ways to spin it. I've known people who have profited off of things like that.
Well, that's not how I do things. Maybe that's how my predecessors would have handled it, but I'm
Maybe
more
that's
interested
next
in
time.
making sure that the people of Ville are safe.
Do you guys really think we can do this?
Soul is slightly concerned about the way that Siva is talking. She's like, I don't know about this anymore, actually.
What do you mean?
I-
She's all about helping everybody.
This is the wordage. It's wordage. Completely wordage. Soul's book smart, not street smart, but Soul knows big words. And Soul doesn't
So-
like those words.
I think it's just a turn of phrase in Village. I know that's not your native language, so it's probably just a cultural thing.
Soul kind of like looks around and is like, well, I don't know. Lovette wants to find her dad. Vera's starting a very wonderful church with honey. And Markus, he wants to find a dragon? They're happening right now. It would be great to prevent a war, but I don't know if assassin would be a good term. And we're not really killers. We're just people who happen to have good luck.
Well, then maybe you can apply that good luck, and whether or not that person dies, I think is sort of immaterial. If you can talk them out of it, go for it.
Okay.
I have some serious contention with calling us lucky, but
I
haven't
don't
died
know.
yet.
She's holding up some basically some reports about you guys, and she's like, nah, I mean, you could either say luck or skill, but either way, you seem competent.
Where did you get
you'd be
those?
surprised.
What? I take notes.
Just after we come back, or
Sure.
is this from when we're gone?
Yes.
Well, at least she's honest.
I think Soul's affection towards Siva is very slowly dropping with each conversation.
Well, she wants to make sure that you guys are okay.
This is what happens when
Great.
you flirt with a crime lord. I mean, what do you expect?
Be a waifu. Being followed though, or watched, or anything.
But it's unfortunate for Soul.
Yeah.
I haven't had you followed.
Maybe you should. This Ophelia was.
She looks at
Soul
you.
looks-
In fact,
She
Soul looks
squints.
over. at
She looks at Soul and's like, "Were you followed?"
earlier when we were in another town.
All right. Well, if you were followed in the city, it wasn't anyone from me.
Okay.
So if you think you're being tailed, let me know. I can maybe send some more people to keep the streets clean.
I doubt it.
I'm not
I
sure if,
actually think that's a good idea.
if it's either a rival organization or someone else, but
I think I might have a pretty good idea, but also,
It's just my imagination. We're fine and safe in the city.
is that what he's called?
Shut up.
Siva seems interested in hearing about this. Go on, Lovette.
Oh, it's not my place to say, and I have my involvement already. It might be a good idea to keep an eye out if you want to mercenaries to make it to their destination.
Are you expecting to be attacked?
I really don't know what to expect at this point.
We're not going to be attacked. I'm more concerned about other people being attacked, personally.
I feel like I might be attacked. I kind of deserve it.
No, you don't. Just don't worry about it. I'll
So we
I'll
have
take
not
care of it.
known each other very long. That's not a thing I'm very good at.
I've noticed.
Well, perhaps as a chaos battle might actually be the cover we need, and I think of it.
We'll be fine. We've always been fine. Around each other that long, but you got me from being untied on a bed, and then we went through a ghosty town, and then we were gone for a year, and then and Soul's just going on like a couple of and-thens of really brief explanations.
And Siva's nodding along. Like,
Did you include the last bit
Yep.
that you're telling me not to mention?
Soul does not include anything about Gro'h. Now I got this cool ring on my hand.
Well, if you don't think you need any additional security, then I won't send anyone else to, I won't divert any other resources.
I mean,
Make sure that the people of the village is safe, but other than that, I think we're fine. And maybe my party mates, but not me, it's fine. Soul has an awkward smile. Vera, how did the people looking go?
Vera has been quiet this whole time, like literally.
You okay? You're making a sadder face than you normally do.
Is she?
Fine.
Oh wow, you're right.
It's fine.
Well, yeah, but when I say I'm fine, I usually mean, fuck, my life is burning down. But if you're actually fine, like, blink twice.
Okay, well, that was your blink with each eye. I don't know if that counts.
Why don't we just try to solve this orc problem?
Well, yeah, but you seem a little down. Is there anything we can do for you before we leave? I mean, it's a whole city. We can take care of your problems while we're here instead of coming back after a while.
We can leave right now.
Soul kind of, like, puts their arm, like, on your bare arm skin because you ripped off your goddamn sleeves before. And now it's, like, weird because there's, like, skin contact. And Soul's just kind of like, something, just... We're here for you. And, like, Soul's just been, like, patting the arm, just like, this is weird to touch skin.
But not, like, comfortably?
No, it's very awkward.
awkward.
And, like, they're, like, trying to comfort you, but they don't know how you feel about contact yet. So they're, like, testing it out by, like, constantly
in, like, the harshest way.
In the harshest way possible. And Soul does not understand street smarts.
Is that street smarts?
Communication is street smarts. Becomes the least charismatic around their team.
That I can definitely agree with.
Strangers are easy. People who start to know you are hard.
Soul's one of those people where, like, they have shit tons of friends and everyone's like, this person seems awesome, and the people they live with,
Yeah, that sounds about right for me. So Soul just kind of turns to Siva and is just like, we will accept the mission, but I would like to say that we should attempt talking before fighting.
Of course. How you complete it is entirely up to you. So, the matter of payment. She starts flipping through some notes. What about 4,000 gold each?
For each?
That's
Yes.
not a bad amount.
Soul just kind of stares at Lovette because Soul doesn't give a shit about money. Just assumes that Lovette wants more.
But I actually was wondering,
Mm-hmm.
is there any sort of industrial needs you have in the city that you not have filled? Any sort of workers that you are running short?
Siva says that her operations aren't really industrial in nature, so you would...
Well, you need people. Anything that requires people, and you are short on people, I could help.
Nothing at the moment.
Alright.
Shut down.
Well, if we successfully manage to return to you alive, I have a business proposition. I have a couple of smiths in town providing me with parts, and I think that perhaps I could construct something for your organization to cement our friendship.
She says
Oh, we were already friends.
She says she's interested, but she already considers you friends.
Happy Soul noises.
Yeah, Lovette blushes.
Soul gets very confused by this.
Now you like Siva more because...
Yeah, how dare you get blushy at my waifu. Soul looks slightly like air and like raised eyebrows at Lovette, like has never noticed it with themselves, notices it with other people.
Well, it's more of a like, oh no, stop kind of blush than...
Does not give a shit about that.
Yeah.
Soul's just like, okay, I see how it is.
Soul is only book smart.
Only book smart. But not good with the emotions.
Aren't we all?
Okay.
Well,
So Soul
I
kind of
guess,
looks around the group.
if you don't want to have anything that you think of from this, that's fine with me. I wouldn't be able to officially register any sort of business with your organization for obvious reasons anyway, so...
Okay, I can finally talk.
Well,
Hold on.
Hey.
Oh my
I
god!
can finally talk.
Oh my god.
Markus, when did you get here? Markus, want to say something?
I had a comment, Beardy. Did you say that the army was the protein army?
No.
No.
The empire from 800 years ago that was conquering everything was called the Protean Empire.
Okay, I heard protein.
Protein.
And I was just thinking a bunch of dude bros.
Yeah.
Chugging
No,
protein.
I mean,
Protein!
I mean, it's possible that they would be dude bros, but or at least
Yeah,
a fair
I mean-
number of them would be dude bros, but they're not.
And we got the Legolas
Exactly.
ass bastards on the other side.
Yeah. So a bunch of girly boys and dude bros had a big army fight,
Brilliant, and the nerds are just sitting on the sidelines.
and they're like, This doesn't look like a good fight. Let's come to a truce. And the elves are like, fine, we don't care about the rest of the world anyway. Fuck you guys, stay out of our woods. And everybody else is like, good, you stay in your fucking woods. And that's how treaties are made. Now, there's always been like a minority in the elven community that felt like that was a loss, because essentially they were giving up on having territorial ambitions and power in the rest of the world. And there's also a minority in the Protean Empire that felt that that was also a mistake, because leaving an enemy unconquered is a bad idea. So, you know, there was grumblings on both sides. Probably more grumbling in the elves than there were in the Proteans.
Yeah.
But yeah, some of the elves are like, but we want to have, like, you know, lands and armies and stuff. Yeah, so now they have a defensive force, but they don't really have, like, a true army.
They're like Japan.
Kinda, yeah.
I'm Japan?
You
Sort of.
weeaboo.
Or, yeah, I mean, basically it's that they stalemated a really big battle, like a really large conflict. They stalemated and took a less than equal peace terms. Just to stop the combat.
Okay.
So they took somewhat inconvenient terms in the peace treaty to end the war.
Gotcha.
So it wasn't a white peace. It wasn't like a neutral peace, because it didn't stop the other guys from continuing conquering the rest of the world. Anywho's, that's that history lesson. So you guys have agreed on. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
Is everyone fine with 4,000 each?
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I couldn't make anything work, so that works.
Alright, I guess we're doing this.
Excellent. So Siva's very happy. She says that you're doing a great service to the country, and helping her out personally. And she wants to make sure that all of you know how gracious she is for your help. She's looking at Sol, and she says she's very grateful.
Sol fidgets uncomfortably, but is very visibly red from the attention.
Yeah, you get the feeling that maybe she's dropping a hint.
Yeah, that's great!
Maybe she's being kind of like overly flirtatious.
Well, Sol isn't used to this kind of attention. Not this way, at least.
Have I been grinding my teeth so hard? Ugh, ouch.
Well, it's very nice of you to say that about us.
It is, but if we were going to take care of this, we probably have to get going soon.
Oh, you all can leave. You can leave in the morning. It's fine.
Oh.
Sol doesn't know what else to do, so they just like turn around from the group and like puts their hand on their face, and they're hiding in like a corner. Still in the same room with everyone, just facing away, all embarrassed, and doesn't know how to react to things currently.
Hey, Markus. Could you hold my jacket for a minute? So I keep my crossbow, and I'm just kind of.
Vera, take the crossbow. Not again.
What am I seeing? What are you doing?
I'm giving you my jacket.
You gave Markus your jacket.
Well, I was going to, but Markus is dead.
What? Why is Markus dead?
I don't know. You didn't respond.
Sorry, I didn't hear the question directed towards me.
Oh, okay.
Good son.
Continue.
Sol's just kind of like, I'm gonna stay here tonight. I'm gonna get some fresh air first. But who actually wants to stay here tonight? No one?
Yeah, we
as
could
soon as
stay for the
possible.
night.
Okay, Vera wants to leave. Anyone else?
Well, I mean, we could probably get going. We wouldn't want to, make any mistakes.
Sol just kind of looks at Lovette very indignantly and just...
What? I was saying I don't...
Sol, like, goes over to Siva, gives her a handshake where, you, like, have both hands on the single hand, like, the sweet squeeze. And is just like, promise. And then kind of does, like, an angry stomping to the front of the tavern, like a fucking stupid toddler, like, making a point that they're upset.
So wait, where is Sol going?
Sol is gonna just get some fresh air outside of the tavern, waiting for the rest of the group.
Gotcha.
Since we're gonna be leaving soon. Making enough of like I'm leaving because you upset me! And then Sol leaves the tavern.
Alright. So Siva says that she can arrange for some nice accommodations for everyone for the evening, if you're willing, like if you all wanted to stay the night. There's a high class inn nearby that she's already reserved some rooms at.
If you've already reserved the rooms, it would be rude of us not to. I was maybe being a bit presumptuous a moment ago.
No, it's fine. The rooms, they're sort of on permanent hold for my organization, so it's really nothing. But enjoy it. It is a lovely inn.
Alright.
Soul's just kind of waiting outside and starts to like get kind of bored, and so like they're doing like that like back and forth thing where you're like just kind of like, I'm doing this movement because waiting is boring, but I don't want to go back in because then it would ruin my point.
I'll see what Soul wants to do.
Very well.
Over there. And I'll inform you about that they have...
And what is the rest of the part? What do you want to do, Vera?
Let's just get out of here as soon as we can.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Are you sure everything's okay? Like, you're a lot more quiet than your normal quiet.
The people here live under the shoes of a hierarchy that would boot them aside in an instant. All I want them to know is that there is a place that's better for them, a place that will actually care about them. But they won't listen. They never listen.
Soul puts their hand on Vera's arm again, and patty this time, but there's still some more pats that are awkward, like still testing that. People are stupid. They listen to things that make them happy, and maybe at that moment a better life wasn't what they were looking for. But convince people just by putting some extra honey into the deal. This is the Soul's way of talking to Vera. Perhaps they'd be more interested. Help you out?
Please.
Would you want to do that right now?
We should rest first.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. We'll get some good sleep, and then in the morning, we can go to the slums and we can get all those people to join your widow church, okay?
Are you mocking Melifera's church?
No, sorry, I don't understand a lot of it, but I want to help. The best I can explain. I'm not good at, but I'm good at people. I can do.
I appreciate it.
Is everything okay? You guys have been out here for a while.
Do you say that from Siva's room?
No, I come up.
Is everything okay?
No, I yell across the bar. No,
Soul goes to turn to put their head back in, and then notices Siva there.
Siva's sort of waiting. Siva's sort of waiting at the entrance of the tavern.
Hey there.
She gives you a big smile. She says she reserved 3 rooms at the Elegant Olive, which is just to the east of the Heartstring Tap Room. It's one of the highest rated inns in the city. She's reserved.
She's miscounted.
Say what?
I think you might have miscounted. I know Markus is easy to forget, but
Yeah, so she says she reserved 3 rooms for the rest of the party, but she was hoping she could have another conversation with Soul in private.
Conversations at the nice in my room? That seems, well...
Have those guest beds.
Siva nods.
It's never for me to
Okay,
say
sure, fine,
what
bye.
Soul can and can't do.
That comment. Soul really, really likes the comment about not telling them what they can and can't do. Affection.
I do agree.
In Soul's bars of how everyone is liked. Thank you, Vera.
I wasn't insinuating. Okay. That's just kind of almost mid-sentence, just pivot and walk away, and I've been avoiding eye contact for a while.
Aww.
The saddest violin music plays as you leave.
That's sad.
Well, if there were only 3 reserved, it's fine, and I wouldn't mind talking. And in the morning, I can get you guys all up. I can jump over, maybe bring up breakfast again.
I mean, I'm already gone.
Oh, Lovette's gone? Okay.
Yeah.
That's it.
We'll meet you here, okay?
You bet. I'll be making breakfast for everyone.
And I will follow Lovette.
So, yeah, Siva says just drop her name, and they'll have the rooms ready for you.
I told Val, do you remember the name of the place? That just kind of walked off. I didn't really think about where I was going.
I run back.
It's
What's
The Elegant Olive.
I run back to Lovette.
Oh yeah, no, I remember now. I remember.
You made me run all the way back over there.
I didn't make you do anything. I didn't think you were going to do that.
You told me, like, when I was halfway there.
You were halfway there already. I didn't really think it made a difference.
Could have been halfway here already.
Vera, you're halfways, man.
I don't know if you know how fractions work.
Should call you half and half. I don't know. I think it'd be cute.
But I'm assuming they told you where that is in town.
Next, it's really close to the tavern, guys.
Do I know where it is in town?
She explained it.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
right. It's you can find it easily.
Yeah.
It's like one street over, and
I
it's,
just wanted Vera to run back, ask them, and I'd be like, it's right there.
yeah, it's one street over, and it's one of the highest rated inns in the city. It's has a sign outside of an olive skewered with a toothpick hanging out front, and it's got, if this were like modern day ratings, it would be like a 4.5 star place to stay. It's
Not
very
bad.
very nice. It's very nice.
I didn't know that olives could be so elegant, but they weren't kidding. Wow.
Seemed quite flashy.
But, I mean, that's nice. It's okay. I've been in nice hill.
Not usually where I reside, but it's fine.
See for your taste, Vera.
It's weird. I think it's weird for Vera.
We've been sleeping on the ground in a hut from time to time.
I mean, they're a druid. Like, they're more of a survivalist. So
Yeah.
it's like,
I wouldn't recommend sleeping outside.
Yeah, this is like down mattresses and fancy everything.
it's like everything's given to you, and I don't have to work for anything. It's like, that's
Oh, and
something right now.
By the way, when you mention when you get there and mention who sent you, the staff is like fucking on it as far as getting you stuff, and you get the sense that they might be a little scared of you.
She's like,
Oh,
got
and
any
Soul
bees?
doesn't see this.
Correct.
Oh no! Ah! Oh, that's so concerning.
I mean, Vera's already concerned about Siva because they don't know what social classes they like. If they fuck with nobles, they're fine with it.
Mhm.
But if they mess with like lower class, then
Well, that's why you negotiate. Maybe you should get her to spread your propaganda campaign.
You could ask her, but Vera's not the best at asking for things.
yeah.
Would you like me to ask her this for you
Well,
now?
actually, it's more of keeps like the missionary work like within the hive typically. So
A
someone
subcontractor for you right now?
in a way, everyone in the group is temporarily like part of the hive to them.
Oh, cool and gross.
What were like bees to you?
Which is why Soul a parasite before was because a parasite is a person who goes against the hive, like who's within the hive.
Oh, okay.
I feel so honored to not be a parasite anymore.
All right.
Okay, so everyone else other than Soul is at the Elegant Olive.
Yes. So Siva invites you back to her private room, and she sits you down at the table, and basically staff comes in and brings you guys various foods and wines, and Siva is going to try her damnedest to charm the shit out of you.
Oh my god.
She's going for that down and dirty.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it would appear that Siva is, as they say, going for it. So, yeah.
Wow, this is all really, really fancy.
I sense a disturbance in the forest.
Lovette looks shook.
Somewhere
This is really
she's just like in like this 4.5 star like room, like down cover up to her like nose, and she's just like, something's wrong.
Do people normally bring stuff in for you like this?
Well, whenever I ask for, yes.
Oh, that sounds familiar.
So yeah, she's like,
My God.
so she's going to try to like, I'm not going to attempt to roleplay this because I'm not a charming, charismatic person, but I am going to say that she is.
That's not true.
Oh, fuck off!
Bullshit.
I think
Fuck
you
off!
can roleplay
That
this
is
very
not
well.
true.
All right.
And she's Hildy.
You are okay. I will. You are at least 50% of that. I will give you that. You are at least 50% of that statement.
Okay, so I'm
You're just wonderful, Beardy. You
Hey.
can do this.
Oh, fuck,
You are either
fuck everyone.
charismatic. You are either charismatic or
I
delightful.
want to see how Beardy plays Siva flirting with me.
Oh, fuck everyone. Okay.
Paul's the awkward one here.
Damn it. So she's going to describe like how I don't know. I don't fucking know. God damn it.
Did you get embarrassed?
No, I'm just I don't know. I can't find the words. All right.
Aww.
Hold
That's
on.
adorable.
She seduces you.
She rolls a d20 and seduces you. No. God damn
Nat
it.
20.
So
Man, maybe Lovette's not in as much danger.
no, she's gonna go on about like from the first time you guys met in the Dead Man's Rest. She could tell that you were special. She goes on talking about like how she's noticed that you've noticed her, sort of thing, and she's noticed that you've noticed her, that you've noticed her, that you've noticed her, right? So it goes back and forth.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, basically she's going to try to play the charm game, which personally I don't really feel comfortable role playing.
Oh.
Ugh. It's like
This is your own fault.
These are things that my characters would do that I would not do. So I'm not good at them,
But it's adorable.
but the characters
so
are.
This is so cute.
Oh, fuck off.
Love you, Beardy.
DM ever.
Yeah, anyway, she's gonna have like fine wines and fine foods brought in, and she's gonna try to tell you like various stories about herself.
Oh.
She's gonna try to humanize herself with you a little bit, explain like where she came from and how she went raised through the ranks of the organization, and like kind of gives you like the basics of her life story.
Soul's gonna, like, when Siva talks about, like, kind of the Dead Man's Rest where they met, Soul's gonna ask, so, I mean, I know he wasn't a good guy, but what was the deal between you and Gilbert?
She kind of like winces at his name. She says that Gilbert was the one that recruited her into the organization to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
And at first, she thought that he was doing her a favor and getting her off the street, sort of a thing, because she was penniless and, alone. But she quickly realized that she was being used, both for her magical gifts as well as for her body, and she was not comfortable with it after a certain point in time. But it became so expected of her in her position in the organization that she couldn't actually get away from it. And in a way, she feels like you guys saved her.
Soul kind of like,
So
so
she's crying now. I hope you feel good.
oh no! Soul goes over to hug her.
This went well.
I didn't mean to. So sorry.
It's fine.
I guess
It's fine.
I feel very similar with relationship. I've only been touched by one person, and it's scary about them, and I think I understand. You had to go through that, because you didn't deserve that at all.
She holds your hand tightly.
Soul is unsure of what to do. Soul simply just... Yes.
Yeah, so Siva will explain that basically after her experiences with Gilbert, she has never looked at men the same way.
I can relate.
And she no longer trusts them or enjoys their touch, sort of a thing.
Oh.
So, let's see. Yeah, so she...
He's gonna kiss her on the cheek.
Okay. Wait, you said that Soul does that?
Yes. Soul kisses her on the cheek.
Okay, well, let's see. So, you made the first physical move, so Siva is going to reciprocate and try one for the mouth.
Okay. That's inner monologue Soul.
I thought Inner Monologue Soul had a British accent.
Right, that too. But screaming.
How do you scream in British?
How do you scream?
Screaming in British. Oh boy. So anyway, to leave the details out, I'll just say she tries to move this along.
Soul says pretty much that although they have to take care of personal business first before they can, even though they would really like to, but they find that it would dishonor Siva more of a personal standpoint if this happened at the moment. It's
Ouch.
not a no.
Ouch.
It's just a... Soul can't do it! Soul can't do it!
Oh man, that emotional baggage. It's rattling around.
I have to solve other problems first, and I can't, and I'm still...
Alright, well...
I'd like to, I just don't want to endanger her. Just in case.
I mean, she's a crime lord.
I don't care, he's scary!
Alright.
He knows how to teleport! I just think Soul would, let it go to a certain amount of making out, and then just be like, I just want to wait.
Alright, Siva...
It's not a no, but it's just a next time, maybe.
Siva says she understands. Roll a sense motive.
Oh god, Soul's the worst at that!
You gotta...
6.
Wow, you really are the worst at that. Shit.
Yes!
Yeah, no
That's
modifier. No modifier. Okay. Yeah, so she says that she understands, and she doesn't want to push you further than you're comfortable.
God.
It says that if you wanted to stay the night, you're welcome to stay in the guest room.
Yeah, Soul's gonna do that, I guess. Nope.
Alright.
So,
Cold feet.
is that cask of ale that I gave to Archie still good?
Yeah, no, it hasn't been that long.
Alright, well, I think I'm gonna... Lovette's gonna have...
Yeah, because as far
She
as
does
you
not
guys
know how that...
Right, as
Yeah.
far as you guys know, shit went much differently.
Is there a window in the guest room?
It does not appear to be, no.
Okay, Soul's gonna take the purple bed. For no reason.
Okay,
It's very close to the family colors, it's comfortable.
gotcha.
And Soul's just sitting there wide-eyed and just but if I fuck the Mafia Lord, what does that mean? I don't know! I don't know. I can't dedicate right now. Oh my god. I can't people. I would rather start a cult right now.
Now, they say, what happens if you fuck the Mafia Lord? But what happens if you don't?
I can't! But if I fuck her and then I fuck someone else, then I can't. And I don't want to risk it.
Shoes.
I don't want
Beardy.
to risk this.
Yes.
Beardy, they have cement in this world, don't they?
Oh yeah, they have cement
Person
shoes.
D&D?
Oh yeah.
Cement shoes.
Oh, yeah.
I
is
still
what would
stayed in the
happen.
tavern.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if she was the vindictive or vengeful type, maybe this was not a good idea.
Oh my god!
I'm saying if.
I failed that sense motive, so I'm gonna do something though. So I have a scroll. I'm gonna wait. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Alright.
Gonna do it. Okay. I'm gonna use my scroll and see if I can contact Gro'h.
Wonderful. Okay. And what would you like the message to be?
Sorry, my midget shot you.
Sorry, my pet midget shot you.
Can we speak in the library like we used to? I don't know if that's received or not.
You receive a response, and
God.
You hear 3 words. I'll be waiting.
Okay. So Soul sneaks out of the tavern and goes to the library.
In the middle of the night. Okay, the library appears to be closed.
It's okay. He's here. Soul looks around and just kind of starts wandering around the library.
Mm-hmm.
Just looking for him.
Yeah. Okay.
Do I need a perception or anything?
I don't have a street, an alleyway map, so we'll just theater the mind this.
So that's okay.
So you're kind of walking around the library, and you hear his voice in the distance.
Oh.
Yeah, he's like, says something to the tune of like, oh, would you look at that, a lost little flower. And he kind of comes around a corner, and there he is, looking all like Gro'h.
All grown up.
Yeah,
You lose points for that?
you're gonna take some pun damage. So.
Oh, great!
Yay!
Shut up, Kyle. Soul's kind of like playing with their hair nervously, like just kind of running their fingers through it, and not really giving him direct eye contact. I'm sorry about Lovette. She's a bit defensive. Aimed to hurt you. I think she was just trying to do a warning shot.
He rubs his side where the crossbow bolt had struck him and says...
Soul goes to reach over to him, like, just instinctively.
He takes a step forward, and you guys are now, like, standing close to each other.
Soul places their hand on his, like, wounded area.
It appears to have been healed magically, but he still sort of winces slightly. Like, it's still sort of bothering him.
I do a sense motive if he's just pretending to be for the sake of the conversation.
Give me a sense motive.
Sense motive.
Yep.
Let's see how sweet you roll this time.
19!
Woo, 19!
Okay, we're done at a sense motive.
He might be laying it on a little bit thick. You don't think it hurts him quite as bad as he's letting on.
Soul kind of like looks up at him and raises their eyebrows, but like there's like a slight smile.
He gives you the same knowing smile back.
It could hurt emotionally. Somebody shot you. That could hurt emotionally.
Oh, my feelings!
I did. That was what I was aiming for. Was his feeling?
And I'm glad you're okay. When you sorry, you go.
I can't go back with you, but I will hear you out. Soul kind of like...
What is he?
This is all. Like, this is the DM. Damn it! This isn't the NPC.
Okay,
this
but even still, Soul kind of has like this, like kind
thinking.
of like fabric, kind of endearingly a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly looking at him anymore, just kind of inspecting where the wound was.
Yeah.
Just making sure he's okay, I guess.
So he says that when you took the ring off, he was worried that something bad had happened. Whether you had fallen in combat and someone was looting your body, or whether something even worse had happened. And
I do a sense motive.
and he sees that apparently it's something even worse. If someone had killed you in combat and taken the ring, at least he could understand that. He says this, he can't understand.
We were betrothed.
We swore an oath.
Because there were rules that told us to.
And do those rules mean nothing to you? Do the legacy of your people mean nothing to you?
I'm trying to figure out what to do. Things need to change.
And you're the one to change them.
Who else will? Why should I comply? Will kind of like takes like an angry step backwards to like look at him, but like they're still not very good at making eye contact right now.
He takes a step forward, grabs both of your hands in his hands, and kind of gives you a smile and says, "We could change them together."
I do a sense motive again.
All right. I think maybe you should have put more points into sense motive.
Oh, the whole point was that I'm not. Okay, that's a 9.
Yeah, you get the sense he's telling you the truth.
Okay.
Maybe he wants to try to change the elven ways, with you.
Join us.
With your merry band.
It's not a band.
He kind of cocks his head to the side and says, "One of them shot me."
They did. She's very overprotective and small. Very small.
Lovette takes a point of damage.
And you travel with a halfling and a half-breed?
Good choice. Don't talk about her that way.
They are lesser beings, you know this.
That's just what our books say. But there's so many more books now, and...
It's not simply what our books say, it's the truth. You can see it with your own eyes.
I don't think of them as lesser. They're trying to do good, mostly. I don't know about Markus. Honestly, I really don't know why he stays around now.
Markus is here. Just silently contemplating and judging. like a cat.
Yeah.
Markus just says, "I hate you, Soul," just for no reason.
They could be good people. We can make the world better. Especially... Why?
We can make the world better by showing them the better way.
What way is that? Oh.
I think you're right about leaving...
Starts to, tug their hands a little bit, a little nervously.
I think you're right. I've thought about it for a long time, and I think you're right. I think that we should leave the forest. I think that our peoples do need to open up and see the rest of the world.
Oh.
But to show them...
No.
Yes.
Can't.
We need to teach the rest of the world our ways.
No, that's not how it works. That's not how any of this works. Not with what I've seen. You can't just bulldoze your way into someone's life. You can't force these people. You have to work with them together.
They're so short-sighted. They're
short too.
They're so short-lived. I mean, just in our lifetimes.
That offends me.
Just in the short time that we've been alive, they've passed generations.
But they're still learning. We're still learning. Is so much better than...
I think the audio cut out again.
Oh, I said compromise is so much better than war.
No, it doesn't have to be war. Not if they see the mistakes that they've made. Not if they understand that we're their superiors.
You're starting to scare me.
No.
Tug their hands again.
Don't you see? We have nothing to be afraid of.
I do.
Of what?
You.
He laughs. Please. We should be ruling these people. You know this.
I don't want to rule anyone. I don't want to be better than anyone. I'm not better than anyone. We're supposed to be equal.
He smiles and says, I think you know the truth. Deep down, you just don't want to admit it to yourself. And that's fine.
No. I was born into a family, and I was given great opportunities. And you were a family and given great opportunities. Everyone could be equal. The only reason that you have great opportunities is because of that tail between your legs. I ask that you kneel.
He takes a step back, and with a flourish, he goes down to a kneeling position.
If you betray me, I will never come back to you. Every single way to destroy you. Don't do this.
He looks up at you and smiles and says, I could never betray you. To betray you would be to betray myself.
Kyle, shut up. He's making gross movements at me.
Yeah,
Gross movements.
Gross faces.
Yeah.
About Gro'h.
he is gross. I think you believe you know what I want, but I don't think you actually do. And I never gave you a chance to learn what you wanted, and now I'm regretting not learning. And I would have never urged you towards the competition had my father not said anything about you being the best, and me, the village back then.
What is done is done. Dwelling on it now will not change it.
You love me.
With every fiber of my being.
That makes one of us. Soul starts taking another step back, trying to, kind of leave. Just kind of watching him, he's still on the ground. Okay, another step back.
Alright, well, he stands up then and says, I'll never be far behind.
And Soul kind of, takes out their ring inside their pouch and kind of looks at it. Looks back up at Gro'h. They say, I know. They keep the ring in the pouch, but they still keep it.
Okay.
And then they start to turn to leave, and then they look back, and they say, thank you for protecting me. And then they run off.
Alright, you return to the Heartstring Tap Room, and it's quiet inside. There's only a few people that are sitting up drinking this late at night.
Yup. I go to the room and put the covers over my head, and then I just die on the inside. All my problems, yes!
And scene.
Oh. I have some evening stuff to take care of, unless it's slowing things down too much.
No, go ahead.
So I want to change into my new dress and start up Archie and ask him what he thinks of it.
Oh, that's so sad.
Alright.
Oh my God.
Okay, Archie is going to voice concern that this is not as efficient at keeping your body warmth in, your body heat, and asks if this garment is protective enough if the situation was to turn to combat.
I don't intend to be wearing it in combat. I have enough foresight to not carry it in dangerous situations. It just looks nice. Do you think it looks nice?
Archie asks what its purpose is.
I love
I don't really know.
Archie says, then he agrees, yes, it looks nice.
it. Oh.
Click,
He's just like,
click,
of
word,
course,
very
master.
pretty.
Beep boop boop.
He enjoys your meaningless garment, or purposeless garment, however you want to call it. However that translates.
Click, click, were very, very.
Yeah, I mean, they translate the same series of clicks.
Yeah.
I figure he's basically speaking in binary.
Yeah, roughly. So meaningless and purposeless are probably very similar concepts.
Yeah.
So he says that he enjoys your meaningless garment.
I'm gonna change back into something I can work in and bust out my the repair kit. What is it called again?
Maintenance kit.
Maintenance kit,
That's fine.
and do some maintenance. Also, man, I forgot how crazy gnomes are in Pathfinder, and I have all these crazy powers that I totally forgot about. I'm also going to use my 1-a-day prestidigitation to help with the cleaning.
Excellent. All right, so you give Archie a thorough once-over with your maintenance kit, and he's very cheerful about the whole process. He's mentioning how he's getting more range of motion and more efficiency out of all of his various systems.
I'd like to say that Soul is having a hard time meditating.
Gee, could you hold me for a bit?
So sad! Oh no!
Archie scoops you up in his arms and like sits next to your bed, so
All right,
you can
well-
like lean your head on your pillow. But he's like
Aw.
cradling your body.
Well, that's where I'm going to chill out till I fall asleep.
And Vera will be mostly just crying and apologizing to Melifera for continuously failing.
Wow,
her.
we're fucking depressing. Best group.
Yeah. So you have a dream. Actually, a lot of you have dreams. So we'll just.
I've
we'll
got
just-
a dream.
Markus, you don't. You don't. No, legit, Markus. Actually, couple things. Markus, you do not have a dream tonight. As the same that you did not have a dream the previous night, or the previous night, or the previous night, or the previous
So
night.
messed up.
In fact, the entire time that you have been able to remember, you've never had a dream.
Aww.
Yeah.
Does Markus have aphantasia? Oh no. Well, wait, no, that doesn't keep you from dreaming though. That's the other way around.
Yeah, you simply have never dreamt. You've heard people discuss dreams, and you just figure you have them and don't remember them, but you can never remember having a dream at any point in your. Now you remember
That's
like
sad.
you remember like you remember having dreams at some point, but
Then I got married.
like ever since you came to this world, basically,
Yeah.
you've not had a dream.
Aww.
You've never had dreams.
No, I'm sad. Well, I guess I wouldn't know.
I mean, it's just sort of a matter of fact thing for you. You just never really dwelled on it, but you realize it's been kind of a while, and you haven't had
Had
one.
any dream.
Yeah,
Oh dear.
that's kind of
Dude,
strange.
dreamless sleep is the best sometimes. You just like, alright, I'm gonna shut down, and then you feel like you immediately come back online. You're like, oh wow.
Yeah, you just power
You know,
slide.
I
like
am
those.
rested now. I am now rested.
Okay, so for the rest of you, Vera, you have a dream. You dream that you are a bee.
Aw.
You are in an enormous hive. It is humming with life and energy, and you feel a sense of peace and belonging that you have never felt in your waking life. Well,
Aw.
you feel at a few points. Like you feel in the temple, and you feel like when you're communing with your god. You hear the numberless voices that make up Melifera. You hear the chorus that is her speech. Yeah, kind of like that. You hear her voice rise up from the thrum of the hive, and she says that you must bring more. We must grow. That's pretty much it. That's about the whole message. she pretty much just says
that pause.
Yeah, that was about it. She says that, the hive must grow, you must bring more into the fold, and then you're sort of filled with a sense of purpose, and that's about the only dream you have.
It's a pun. Melissa loves puns. You gotta specifically induct Soul's boyfriend, and then everything will work out.
Oh, okay.
Everything will grow.
Everything will grow.
Yeah, there you go.
Lovette, maybe it's because of the way you fell asleep, or maybe it's just a happenstance, but you are dreaming that you're a young child again. You have a dream that you are once again a young babe, being rocked.
So how much smaller is that?
Very small.
Very small.
Being rocked in the arms of your mother as she sings to you in her native tongue.
Oh, well, I don't really do anything. I'm a baby.
Yeah.
I do baby stuff.
But it's peaceful. It's peaceful. It brings back some great memories.
And it's secretly just Archie rocking.
It's secretly just Archie rocking you. Yeah.
Actually, no, this is really bad for Lovette's back, because he folds back up the moment she falls asleep.
Oh, God.
No!
Shit, you're right. Oh, fuck!
I figure she does it all the time, but it's really not good for her posture.
You just wake up and there's like an orb just under your back.
Yeah, well...
I can't believe I fell asleep on this
he
thing again.
folds into her lap, but she just keeps lying on not comfortable surfaces because he's underneath her when she passes out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny.
And Soul.
Oh, God.
One thing about elven dreams is oftentimes when so you're not technically asleep, elves don't sleep, but part of the
So it feels more like a vision?
Yeah, kinda. The idea is that the elven meditation cycle, often part of that is the breaking down of the experiences of your day and then like compartmentalizing it and filing it into your memories. So it serves the same function as like non-elven sleep, but elves have a bit more control over it and are able to therefore recall things a little bit better. But also during the whole meditation process, usually like one or two events of the day kind of like burn a little bit brighter. So your mind kind of focuses in on a few important things, and your brain kind of puts two of them together, and it's you and Siva and Gro'h at the table in Siva's personal chambers, drinking and talking together. So
what?
Your brain kind of like haywires a few things together.
That's weird.
Yeah, I mean,
it definitely sounds like a dream.
Yeah,
it does.
It's a dream. Yeah, it's dreamlike.
What was...
There's a certain level of dream logic to it.
Well, can I focus in and see what Gro'h and Siva are talking about?
No, it's the same conversations you had with each of them, but it basically the place is different.
Interesting. That's weird.
Yeah, it's not like prophetic or anything. It's just
okay. Still weird.
Just the way the mind works.
Never want them to meet. Ever. Soul definitely is not having the greatest meditation ever.
No. This is in fact one of the worst you can remember, at least in recent time.
So after that's done, Soul just kind of gets up. They look very much so like not well rested. Like breakfast.
Yeah, you're up by like 5 a.m, and you're just like frazzing.
Fucking bent the knee, but it didn't feel good like I thought it would. He takes everything away from me. Every time I want something to be my victory, it's his victory. Ain't he the greatest? Everyone's so special. Daddy loves him so much, man.
I like how Morning Soul sounds like a drunk person.
Morning Soul.
That makes sense.
Roll for breakfast.
Okay, give me a profession cook. Alternatively, if you don't have that, a wisdom check is what would be required.
Grem.
Oh boy!
That's a 6!
That is a 6. You are able to put together an edible meal.
You believe.
And it's not...
This is why Soul's sense motive check is terrible, too.
It's
delicious gruel.
Completely terrible. You basically do.
Soul does not care.
Yeah. Sort of just like in your anger, you're just kind of throwing stuff in. So like the eggs got some shells in it. The bacon's sort of burnt. the oatmeal you make is unflavored and sort of bland.
It's chunky and like not
It's
fully
not fully
cooked
cooked
either.
through. Yeah, I mean it's edible, but no one would call it
Gruel.
good or even
I made
competently
gruel.
made.
So is
I mean,
gruel. Gruel's delicious.
It's really bad gruel. And Soul is just like, yeah. No. Mother would be proud. Always had people making shit for us, so this is fine. This is great. And Soul's just kind of mumbling to themselves, like, just unhappy, grumble, breakfast making. So, what do you guys do?
Well, whenever we wake up, I guess Lovette will wipe the tears out of her eyes and head downstairs.
The nasty crick in her back.
Yeah, that too. The first moment is like, oh man, that was a little too intense of a dream, and then the next moment's like, oh fucking Jesus, what happened to my back? Sweet Shamish, why do I keep doing this?
Alright, so a little bit of time passes and you guys can filter back into the...
Soul has their face on the counter, just like sitting there.
Ugh. Oh, my back. Oh, my head.
I like to imagine whatever kind of infestation Vera has left behind because of sleeping on that bed.
Without taking a shower.
They're gonna have to burn the bedding afterwards.
That should have bed bugs for sure.
So, like, here's Lovette, like, grumbling and just, like, lifts their head up, like a little too fast. It's just like, welcome back! I made breakfast!
I was
I'm trying to think about this, but that's kind of like one of the benefits of being a druid is that you can have, like, every kind of parasitic organism on you, and it just literally doesn't bother you.
Question: if I eat Soul's concoction, will I gain temporary hit points from being a plague druid?
It would have had to have been her wisdom check would have had to have been below a 5. 4, 3, 2, or 1, then I would have said yes.
I don't think
It's just good enough that it doesn't give you a bonus.
Okay, but I feel like because I'm a child pollution that it wouldn't really care like how bad it is. Like, okay, it's food, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, pretty much. Exactly.
Really hard on the meal.
So Vera will eat some of it.
Yeah.
He'll be eating it. Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, it's food.
Is edible.
Is
Nice.
edible. Check.
Nice places like this. Did he let you into the kitchen?
Just kind of did it.
Huh.
Sorry, I just kind of do things sometimes, and sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Well, I'm
And
just amazed
I'm
it
sorry.
just didn't stop you. It's fine. And you don't have to apologize to me. Well,
Honestly, I'm just,
maybe it's
you know,
reason,
if
but-
people stopped me right now, I'd be really angry.
good to know. Take a hesitant bite out of the gruel.
How is it?
It is largely tasteless.
Except for that piece of shell.
Yeah, I'm like,
It's still left the eggshells.
I was like pantomiming taking a piece out of my mouth. I'm like, it's great. It's good.
No, it sucks. We all know it fucking sucks.
I stopped eating. Like, what?
So it's okay.
Really
I'm
bad
going
at
to just
cooking.
buy us-
I've
it's
been
okay.
trying
No, it's okay.
every time.
It's fine.
It's okay. It's why they have a staff in cases like this.
You don't need staff. Who needs people to do things for you? It's
Okay.
gross.
I'm going to get us some coffee and some breakfast from the front desk, and I'll be right back.
Soul
So
just
how
like
much?
gives you like the stank ass face as much as possible, like while you leave to get better food.
All right.
You're upset that they're not eating your...
Even though I'm calling it shit. Soul's in a really bad mood right now.
I like scamper off with like super speed walking.
How'd you sleep, Vera?
Could have been better. It's your night. Don't seem to be in the best of moods.
There when we talk to the people, don't worry.
Well, I wasn't worried about that. I was worried about you. Things didn't work out, or...
I can't let them right now. I have to deal with things from my past first, before I can do with other people. And I thought it was wrong for the other person to push and just gone for things, and I didn't. And then I went for other things, but not like went for things like a different context. And just don't know how I feel, and I just didn't meditate very well last night, and I'm just kind of having a rough morning, and my breakfast sucks, and...
So
Vera's not prepared for this. Oh.
So, how much does breakfast cost? Or is it, like, included with a place like this?
Well, I mean, Soul just... Oh, you're saying back at the elevator?
Olive.
At the Olive.
Oh, no, they're not going to charge you anything. Like I said,
Okay.
they seem like they're scared of you in there.
I'm gonna bring breakfast and coffee for everyone. I guess I'll have Archie help me. And
Yeah.
I'm gonna bring a double portion for Soul.
Okay, Archie brings a big tray of stuff then.
Alright. And when I
Also
come
very-
back and they're crying, I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I take it back. I didn't mean...
I'll be like very gently like patting Soul's hand, like not wanting to touch them because it's weird. Like,
So,
oh,
so Siva hears the crying out in the other room, and she comes out to see what's going on.
It's
So-
okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it.
I get it sucks, and I know, and
I just thought, no, here, I bought you something extra and some coffee. So
I don't want your handouts.
Oh, God.
I'm better than this.
Archie, why don't you go take us around town and see if anybody wants free breakfast?
Like, I just imagine, like, Siva standing there, like, seeing the people she just hired to take on, like, a dangerous mission are just, like, completely devastated the next morning after just a night's sleep. Oh, fuck, I've made a mistake.
Yeah. Well, she can't say I didn't warn her.
Yeah, no backsies.
hey, you did warn her, brother.
Oh my gosh, shut the fuck
You can take
up.
a point off.
Oh, I will. Yeah.
It took me a second. Oh. Ow.
Soul just kind of like looks up at Siva, and like their face just like shuts down, and they just freeze. Even though there's like tears still like coming out of their eyes, they're just like deer in headlights, and just like, sorry. And then they like run out of the tavern.
Oh no. Okay, well, as soon as they leave, I'm gonna call Archie back and be like, please bring us the good food now.
They're having a rough time.
Hey,
I'll be right back. Catch up to Zol. bring them back.
Oh, in the meantime, mute.
To mute.
Hey, Archie, I know I should be the one running out here, but I've already done enough damage.
Archie shrugs and looks at you, kind of points out the door.
I know. Okay. It's just don't know what to do anymore.
Archie shakes his head.
There's a really fucking eerie ass smile on Soul's face, but there's still tears streaming down of their eyes, but they don't know how to stop it.
There's an eerie smile.
Yeah, they're just like,
Oh, okay,
Like-
because the muse.
because of the
Okay.
muse. So like they're good, but their body's still reacting.
Yeah.
So there's still tears coming out right now. And they're
Man,
just like, it's
Soul
fine,
needs to get
it'll
hooked on
go
some
away
better
soon. Stop eventually. Eventually it'll just dry out.
Everything will be okay.
It will! We're gonna go and talk to those people. Why don't we do that right now and not be here ever again?
Sure.
Come back after we deal with the orcs, really, but the people. Let's talk to people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
On the way to the tell them that we'll be back.
Okay. We'll be safe no
That's
matter
all.
what.
And tell Lovette and Markus that we're going to
Oh,
be
Jesus,
gone for
Markus
a little
here?
bit.
I didn't see
Yes,
you.
Marcus is here.
What? I didn't
Marcus
see you
is
there,
here.
buddy.
Hi.
Nice. Yeah. Do you want some breakfast?
Sure. I mean, I've had better gruel, but sure.
No, I mean... So,
Oh, Archie
Okay,
brought
sorry.
better breakfast, honey.
Yeah.
Oh, good. Yes, I'll take seconds. Second lunch.
Oh my
Noonsies.
god.
Alright.
All right.
I forgot
Cool.
what we were saying.
Woo.
On our way, I'll fill in a bit about Melifera's church.
Okay. Bees and honey.
No, that
Okay.
the bees are more of just a symbol.
The bees are a symbol.
Yeah, Melifera also has predominant control over bees and insects, but bees
What about
are
the weavers?
weavers are not insects.
Oh, you're right.
They're bugs.
Gross. Anyways, okay, so she has rule over insects, but mostly bees.
Bees predominantly. It's more of a symbol of.
Is she nice?
Very.
Oh, okay.
What she wants is utopia via symbiosis.
I don't know. What?
Working in a community together. Working to support each other rather than to be against one another.
Oh, I can talk about this easy.
We also stand against those parasites that lord themselves over others, those who belittle the weak, and those that take more than they deserve.
Oh, sounds great to me. I can talk about that easy peasy.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I slip up a couple of words, just correct me real quick and I can fix it.
Of course, I'll be with you.
Thanks, Vera. Like skips towards the slums.
Markus.
Yes.
It's not a lot of times to get you alone. I just need a second opinion from someone not too personally involved. But am I doing something wrong?
In what way?
Well, I just seem to be getting people upset with me, unintentionally, lately. Well, more than usual.
Oh, take it from me. It's better to keep one's mouth shut. Quite honestly.
Yeah,
Quite
I can
honestly.
see that is kind of your thing, isn't it? But I wouldn't want to step in your territory, though. That seems kind of like your whole deal.
Yeah. I ascribe to the statement. Better to have people think you're a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
Yeah, that does sound like you. Okay. Well, I didn't get what I was thinking out of this conversation, but thanks.
Poor Lovette.
I'm gonna have a
Like,
heart
poor
to heart with
Markus.
you. Marcus is like, lol, nope.
I feel like Lovette's like,
On. Okay, let's try that conversation over.
Oh,
Mainly
that's
because
that
I'm
what
trying-
you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm surrounded by my family, and it's hard to D&D. Let's try that conversation.
See episodes
once more.
1 and 2 of the podcast.
oh my god.
It's hard to D&D when you're surrounded by anyone.
I just imagine like that was the equivalent of like Marcus walking up to Lovette and just like smacking the Archie sphere out of their hands. That's like the same emotional impact I imagine that had.
I don't know.
But yeah,
I'm just kind of like,
I'm in a different part of the house. So yeah, let's try that conversation over again. So
Well, I'm not sure that's how it works, but I'll give you another shot. Okay, what's up?
the problem is, from most people's perspectives, it sounds like you have your end goal that you're trying to get. Unfortunately, it sounds like so you want to get what you want done at any cost, even if it means at the expense of others. And unfortunately, that rubs people the wrong way.
I can see how it looks that way. My issue is a bit time sensitive, and I find that the more people I get involved in my life, the more people I hurt. So I'm just trying to move along as quickly as I can.
See, unfortunately, as I've found, people complicate things in general, but it's those complications that make life worthwhile.
We'll see about that. But thank you. I'm not trying to put my ends before all of yours. I just here for a very specific purpose, and I am worried that every day I waste, I could be putting some very important people in danger. But I'll keep this in mind, and I am concocting some ideas to help us with our upcoming task. So,
Yeah, it also sounds like you have a lot of plans that you're not necessarily sharing with us, and we know that they'll come out eventually. You just
yes,
want to make sure you'll tell us in time.
I'm not sure about that, but I appreciate the trust. But I assure you, I'm only keeping at a distance for your own protection. I wish no ill will towards any of you. In fact, you are probably some of the best friends I've ever had.
Aww. Too bad we can't hear that.
Well,
the conversation.
Sorry, no, my
Go back to eating.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, thank you. Pass the salt.
Oh, Markus.
Man, you don't get enough salt from Lovette as it is? Jeez.
Oh, and let me just catch some from the air. Yeah, there it is. No salt for the eggs.
You need your shade, I can help with that, too.
Nope. It is quite salty enough.
Back to you, Bob.
All right.
Back to you, Bob.
Well, soul skipping towards the slums.
Also, say so. Like, talking about what's like different aspects of the, and they'll say, what Melifera is offering is the chance to join her family, free of dictation, one that shares its resources. What she asks for is worship, so that she may share her power with those in her family.
Some people don't know how to worship. Going to just a little bit less.
Is that right?
Well, religion scares people sometimes. But I know family, something that's a huge plus for folks sometimes.
We're also not here to
Trick people.
into joining.
This is true. I'll try my best no matter what.
I know you will.
So we're in the slums now.
Mm-hmm.
Soul going to start playing music to get people's attention.
I was so hoping you were going to do a sick rock concert in the streets.
Alright, so you have a music
Right.
to gather in the downtrodden. So you use your fascinate ability. I like that. Alright. So you pull in a pretty large crowd of downtrodden folk. And
Cast guidance.
Oh, thank you. And I have 2 Muse that I used recently.
excellent. So give yourself a miscellaneous +5 bonus, and
Okay.
go ahead and make yourself a diplomacy check to try to. And you can also, I think, you
Yeah.
have the ability to swap out a performance for that as well.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So, however you want to roll that, whether you want to roll it as a diplomacy or as a perform that applies.
Okay. It's a 27.
Fuck yeah! All right, so you pull in a crowd of people.
That buff.
You lure them in with the fascination ability that you have as a bard. You start talking about community and family and the importance of like being able to depend on each other and sharing resources. And
He's just so cute.
Yeah.
That might have been added in.
so you start to talk about how much Melifera worship would help all these people, and some of them seem kind of on board. They seem
How many?
interested. Let's see. 3.
Hey, that's great.
There appears to be
Them.
3 of them who are like really kind of like, tell us more.
God. More?
How do we do this? How does one become a member of this church?
Paul looks over at Vera. What do they do?
There's a church, and we can give them directions and stuff.
Okay.
Right.
So just go to the church, pretty much?
Yeah. Tell them it needs
The
to be
temple?
restored, but
To join the family, we have a temple. It still needs to be restored. We can make it happen. If you come towards us, we can tell you directions and how to get there safely.
resources.
We
that,
do.
Okay.
For which to the repairs and the
So out of the crowd, like I said, 3 people are interested in joining. They step forward and they want to know how they're supposed to get to that temple. Where is it and how do they get to it?
First off, communism. Second off, would you like to know more?
Okay. So, Soul's starting to, like, give directions and stuff. And you said you had resources?
yes, give them split between them 1,500 gold, so they can buy carts and stuff,
Sweet.
horses to get there.
So let me make sure I'm getting this right. You want to give these people 500 gold pieces each to purchase carts and supplies to take down to.
Well, not just supplies, like, and then to keep the rest and to start the basically quote unquote treasury of the hive.
Dude, watch as they take the money and just stay where they are.
Hey, it's possible.
Soul is explaining the importance of going to the temple to do this. Soul is making sure they don't fuck it up.
Okay.
But I don't think carriages are going to help them because it's in the woods. Like, the carts can't go there.
Yeah, but it can get them to the town.
Okay, so we can tell them they can get carts and then sell them back in the miners' town, probably.
Can I get their names?
Yeah, do they have names?
These NPCs you just randomly created. You want to know what their names are?
Uh-huh.
Do you have tables for this?
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, don't I have tables for this?
Yeah.
Just written down. Just
That's what I have. You should always keep an
yeah,
NPC
just have
name
an
list
NPC
for
list.
your region.
Yeah. Why not?
You just keep a list of names that are fitting to the region,
Sure.
and then when you use one, you cross it off.
Right, and that's why I have the fantasynamegenerators.com
Well, that too.
open at all times. All right. So NPC number 1, his name is Rupert Hattenberger.
Okay.
You're like, well, if you want to join, you're going to need a different name.
The second member is Stephanie, spelled Stefanie. Last name Krause, Krause, Krause. And the third member is Eric Windsor, Erik.
Why was that one funny?
Windsor sounds like Whizzer.
Winzer. Eric Windsor. ZER for the British audience members.
For which
sorry.
there are none.
For which there are none.
What the fuck is an audience member?
Exactly.
These names will be helpful in case any of these lunatics cross Melifera.
I mean, you just literally grabbed 3 randos off the street and handed them more money than they see in a lifetime. So that's fine.
I mean, yeah, honestly, if that happened, they would either be 100% obligated to join, or like, I don't even want the money, don't give that to me, I don't know where that's been.
Alright.
Also, like, supplies for hunting and general rations.
So, should I intimidate them at all?
That is up to Soul.
Sure they don't fuck up your life.
That's up to Soul. Vera's
I'm gonna
happy
nicely
enough to-
intimidate them with my percussion.
Okay. Nicely intimidate them.
It's like the war dance thing.
Yes, it is.
You want to do a kata to these people?
I don't want them to steal the money and run.
I think he means a hawk.
Word. So,
You could
in
just,
all, I recommend is that you all go to the temple and you don't just take the money and run, or else.
One of them, like, stops and, like, puts his finger on his chin and goes, "Take the money? I hadn't even
And Soul just
I hadn't
grabs
even
his
considered
hand.
it."
smiling and does a little pet thing, and it's like, you know,
grab a rat and break its neck.
I wouldn't recommend it. Check was a 28.
Okay. They nod, and the 3 of them shuffle off, bags of coins in hand.
And
They are
immediately
getting
get mugged by
robbed
Siva.
as fuck.
Soul
guys
looks
did
very
not tell
proud
them
of
to
what they
hire
did
up.
today.
You guys probably should have told them to hire some security or something. They're gonna get robbed as fuck.
Don't worry,
I was just helping.
I have random tables for that. We'll see how this goes.
Cool.
Alright, so you've managed to gather 3 members of the Hive. Anything
did
else
it!
you'd like to do in town?
Vera's crying.
You're
They're
crying?
so happy.
Soul hugs you. Oh my god! You weren't letting me hug you, and you're thanking me. Thank you.
All of a sudden they realize they're being hugged, and now like, oh no.
Oh, I'm so happy for you. Can't wait to do this again. This was fun. And Soul just has like this weird like fist and palm like motion they're doing. I loved roughing up people.
It also sounds like the bees sound pretty happy too in the background.
There's an awfully loud bee in that one.
Yeah.
So,
This is what you step on them.
Sounds so happy.
sound like you have a bee in your room.
Yeah. I didn't realize bees squealed.
Yeah.
Oh, it depends on the bee, you know?
Yeah, I suppose.
Grem, what is happening over at your end?
Oh, sorry.
That sounds like a leaf blower.
Didgeridoo?
No, don't correct us. I want to go with the rest of my life believing that's a didgeridoo.
Yep. Okay.
Let whoever is playing the didgeridoo behind you.
So I'm
you
guessing
hired
we
a
head back to the
didgeridoo player
tavern to
from
grab
Rude.
the others?
Yeah, that'd be fine.
It calms him.
So we do that.
You didgeridoo that.
Didgeridoo. Dang it! Beat me to it.
Dude. My neighbors are assholes. Anyway.
Didgeridooing it. What is it? 10:48 your time?
Yeah.
They're didgeridooing
9:48.
it when they should didgeridon'ting.
I guess it's 9:48. I mean, there's no really good time. Someone's asleep at any given moment in the city.
Hmm.
Oh, like, I'm guessing, like, on the way back to the tavern, Soul's probably just like, so, did I say that thing right? And was that okay?
It was perfect.
Aww. It's just been, like, oomphed up to 10,000 and feeling good.
You did amazing.
Cool. Thanks. Thanks. So, Soul's back on Cloud 9, plus the Muse. They walk back into the tavern, see everyone, then they kind of look around to see if Siva's there, don't see her. They're just like, so, shall we head west and find Lovette's father?
Oh, well, I was gonna, while they were doing that part, I also, because I assumed I've been going for a little bit, so I grab my top and go to my blacksmith friends, and I think I know I'm gonna have them make. So actually, before I go anywhere, I want to whip up schematics. So, would it be possible for me to create schematics like a turret or something like that? Something that can attack but is automated?
Oh, I see. Okay. That would be very expensive because it would, at its core level, would have to be magical in some way. So the autonomous nature of it would dictate that it's magical.
You would have to probably bind a soul to it, I guess.
Oh, whoa!
No.
We're not talking
No,
about necromancy
no.
here. I'm just saying, like,
Oh.
I mean, I built plenty of things that are semi-autonomous, but yeah, because I know that, because I would assume I could do the spell end of it, but I don't know if that's true.
yeah. I mean, I guess the question more is like, what's the application for this, so I can price it out properly.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. What I'm thinking is, if they build the components for a turret or two, and then have them shipped to the fort, then we'll build them and we'll have some defenses. And I also just kind of want to see if I hire people to make parts, if they'll make them right, or if they'll just fuck them up, because they do have to be fairly precise.
Yeah. Yeah. There's not really a whole lot of like lathing in this town,
Mm-hmm.
so it's not quite to that point. It can be done, but it would be extremely costly. Like precise engineering level forging is going to be expensive.
Mm-hmm.
At least in this part of the world, it's going to be pretty expensive because these guys are not like hyper advanced technologically. Like these guys are pretty low medieval.
Well, that's the problem I'm trying to solve, but
Yeah.
I have to I'll have to figure something out, I guess.
Also,
I assume the shipments haven't come in yet anyway.
Yeah, no, they haven't. And also building turrets and shipping them to the fort is going to be way too late.
Yeah, okay. Well,
Did
then, I
anything
guess
of
I'll
that
wait.
actually happen?
No, I guess I just kind of thought it over.
Sorry.
Okay.
Points, Aji. You
Sorry.
make a good point.
I don't mean to just shoot it down, but like it's not going to help you guys.
I'd rather you shut it down than me spend a bunch of money and then it
Not do anything.
Yeah.
I mean, if you play your cards right, it may not even go that far. You could talk these guys down.
I think I'm still gonna concoct a way for these shitty, stupid people to make more precise pieces.
Keep on trying.
Okay. Oh, I'm gonna assume we're back now.
Yeah, that's fine. So everybody's together again.
Okay. Soul kind of looks in and doesn't really see Siva from their perspective, at least currently. They just kind of look around and they're like, well, I guess we should go then.
I suppose so. I am ready.
Okay. And, Soul kind of like is gesturing everyone to go out, and then like before everyone leaves, Soul just kind of goes, bye, Siva, we'll be back soon. Soon-ish. Ish. Very ish.
Hopefully.
Hope to see you soon, okay, bye.
There's no response.
Oh.
That's okay. I deserve that. And we trudge our way out of the city with our horses.
Alright, so you guys get your stuff together and you trudge west out of the city. And we're going to go ahead and end the session as you guys are heading west toward the frontier land. Yeah, you guys are going to be on the road. You're heading west.
Yep.
You get to deal with whatever's over there.
I'm happy with the session, even though we were in one place.
No. I'm not unhappy with the session. I was just saying, like, you guys move at a very particular speed.
I felt the same way. Well, the problem is that we all want to have cool scenes. Before
Well, no,
we do them.
and I feel like the session is basically just a lot of RP scenes, so that's fine. I mean, that's what we're here
We
for.
really like roleplay.
That's what we're here for, damn it.
Yep.
So,
And Beardy got cold
It's
feet
catharsis-
trying
it is
to
catharsis
roleplay
for
a
all
girl.
well, it's not even. Yeah, sure. I mean, I can.
You
role
couldn't
play.
even seduce me!
Look. Oh my god.
I'm role playing an NPC.
That's more accurate than you know, buddy. That's more accurate than you know.
Whoa. You.
Here we go, guys.
Thanks for listening, as always. And special thanks to Protagonist for the theme music, and Emily Roll for Fantasy for this episode's soundtrack. Please leave a like or subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and leave a comment if you have any suggestions. Until next time!